All right, YouTube says we're live. It is 1:28 p.m. Central Time here in Wisconsin on this March 17th, 2021. I'm going to wait for some people to come in. I'm going to be sharing a link, and I want to give a huge thank you to Baba Yaga for sharing it. Very educational. Sister Jeep Jean's in the house. Sister Renee Vester's in the house already. I'm going to wait a little while. It's so hard to put in the title something that the algorithms won't shadow ban and people will still get a notification. Stacy Rigos, if I said that right. Hi, Log. Hey, good to see you. Sister DB's in the house. Hey, everyone. It says 5 in the house. I'll give it a few. Once again, putting something in the title. It's with this shadow banning and censorship, it's kind of hard to pick exactly what topic that you were going to talk about. So I guess in the future now, if you see something and it just seems off, just and you want to watch the live stream, just click on it, and then I'll wait a little while, then I'll explain what it's going to be about. Because they don't have their AB 5000 fog lights. There you go. Anybody, if you want to go to buy you some AB 5000 fog lights, he's got them 30% off this week. They're garbage, made in China, don't work. But if you want to go on Etsy and look up AB Trucking, Mother Trucking, and you'll get the AB 5000 fog lights. No returns. Shipping, $672 for shipping. Once again, made in China. What's up, AB? Sister Renee DM's in the house. Sister Rhonda R's in the house. Just wait a few more minutes. But once again, I'm going to be sharing a link, sharing a video that Baba Yaga shared in one of the chats or the comment section. And I watched it last night, and I was highly impressed. Now, this video was uploaded 6 months ago. It's about BLM. Not made in China. Where are they made at? I thought they were made in China there, AB, your fog lights, 7 or 5,000s. What happened to your Super Soaker 7,777.7s that you were selling on Etsy? Those are made in North Korea, I think. What's up, brother Michael Gale? Much love, brother. And much love to Sister Alba, if you can hear me. We love you, and we pray for you daily because you got to take care of this Michael Gale fella. Just kidding. DM, reminder, please hit that thumbs up and follow, share, plug this channel, and hit up a jump. Well, that was very nice of you there, DM. You're too funny. I try. All right, without further ado, it says 9 in the house. Like I said, the title and the shadow banning. Whoever sees this in the archives from now on, if how many people got notifications? Elba said hello, brother. All right, good vibes. You're right. Yeah, good vibes indeed. Justin, they moved my spinal shot to 10:45 a.m. due to bad weather. Yes, you got some really bad weather coming. That sucks that they did move that spinal shot back. But Mississippi, Alabama, they've got some tornado activity, severe thunderstorm warning. So if you have family there, or if you do live in Mississippi, Alabama, probably lower parts of Georgia, or the panhandle of Florida, please go on. Even though I don't like him no more, Agenda Free TV, I used to like him. Not him personally, his stuff. Lookner with Agenda Free TV is doing a live broadcast now on the weather. So, Jeep Gene, no notifications. Brother Benji in the house. You got a notification? That's awesome. Smash that like button. All right. Once again, I will say weather is nasty in the southeast, Mississippi, parts of lower Alabama, headed towards the Panhandle and Georgia. I don't think it's going to go as high up to where AB's at, where he lives. That's more northern Georgia. But if you have any family or you all live there, just please be careful. Tornadoes these days are nothing to mess around with. North Carolina will be hit hard, yes. All right, I'm going to share screen. And this is a guy who's walking around talking to people about BLM, Black Lives Matter. And it's a very educational video, but it just shows the sheer ignorance of some of these people, these brainwashed people, by the establishment of Black Lives Matter and where the money goes. And like I've said many times, you don't see Black Lives Matter in the streets of Chicago, painting houses, lower income houses, ghettos. You don't see them when small African American babies are shot, children are shot in drive-bys. You don't see them out there protesting. You don't see them holding uh, you know like food rallies or however you would call them, where a food fundraiser, canned goods, all that stuff. They don't do anything for the black community, basically. But if you want to donate to BLM and know that your money is going in the pockets of white global elites, then go right ahead and donate to BLM. It will not go to African American blacks that are living in poverty, because they could give two shits about the real black lives that matter. All lives matter. So, hey, Justin, you got natural gold up there, right? Yeah, I don't know. I thought about it there, Benji. I've thought about trying to go panning. I might. That's a good one. I might, but I'm more than likely I'm going to be headed down back home to Florida here very, very shortly. So talk about that on another topic. But let me share screen. If I pan for gold and I find some, I'll give it to you, Benji. I will send it to you. Leave me your address. When you open it up, I'll have it molded down to look like a shiny 2021 penny, but it's really gold. You can trust me. All right. Oh, shoot. I got to get on. Bear with me one sec. I got to get on my channel so I can see the chat. Not my channel, our channel. It's like I've said for years. This channel doesn't belong to me. It belongs to you all, because without your all support and loyalty, however you want to put it, this channel wouldn't exist. We'd have no subscribers. It wouldn't exist. So we're all family here. This idiot right here, he's one of the brainwashed idiots that has absolutely no clue about facts. Facts don't have feelings, anyways, by the way. Only brainwashed far left libertards that get their feelings hurt. All right, here we go.
No one black.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I just seen that the banner is still up. You take it down. Don't want to hurt your feelings there, Benji, but I didn't, when I share screen, usually the banner stays up. Sometimes it blocks certain things. Okay. Now listen to what he says.
No one black would take your stance. Only a white person would.
Ah, crap. No one black will take your stance. Only a white person would. Just remember that phrase. And AB did tell me quit pausing and talking when I do that. Share these videos. I'm going to try my hardest. It's just so hard because I got a big mouth and these idiots make me so agitated. I got to pause it, but I'm gonna try, AB. I'm gonna try.
No one black would take your stance. Only a white person would take your stance.
He agrees with me right over there, and he's
That's
black.
him, and he's an individual. That doesn't count for the whole.
You literally just said no one. By saying not all Black Lives Matter to Black Lives Matter.
Away from me.
It's very friendly. What's going on, everyone? James Klug here. Welcome back to another Let's Talk. Today, we're talking to people about how not all Black Lives Matter to Black Lives Matter. And before we get started, you guys, we do have a promo code at Surfshark VPN. This is actually the VPN that I use personally. Check out surfshark.deal/James Klug.
All right, AB, I am going to pause once again. Baba Yaga sent me this link, and I'm sharing it to you now. It is, I forgot how long it is. It's got a little length to it, but please, it's very, very informative, which you all are wide awake to this, but just the sheer hypocrisy and idiocracy of these people. And then you got the smart ones. I'll shut up now, AB.
Use my promo code James Klug for 84% off and 1 extra month for free. Neil, we ready to go?
Ready to rock, baby.
Let's go talk to some people. What are your thoughts on the sign, dude?
I agree, because they have not done nothing for the black community at all. They're like, it's like reverse racism, and it's like they don't give 10 about us like that.
You're saying that they're hurting their own community?
Quite literally burning it down, yes.
They're doing the greatest service for the black community than any organization in the history of this country.
by only focusing on police shootings and ignoring the other 99.7% of black homicides, I don't think I don't see how that's completely effective.
Because the other black
by
homicides
burning down black neighborhoods.
The other black homicides are not done by government organizations whose job it is to serve and protect, from those wearing uniforms who swore an oath to protect and serve the very people that they're killing. Yeah. And that's what you have overlooked.
So no, that's actually, I'm very well.
Sorry, AB, couldn't help it. Baba Yaga, thank you once again. I see you in the chat. This guy here is a total freaking idiot. See, I can't help it. I can't help hitting that pause button. But just his demeanor, the way he talks, and when it comes to facts and statistics, he's completely blind to it. You'll see him. I'll shut up.
Well read up on police shootings. I very much so understand it. What I do understand, however, is there are way larger problems in the black community that if Black Lives Matter actually focused on for a quick second could save way more lives.
Larger problems are irrelevant.
They don't care nothing about black lives. They don't care nothing about the black man being in the house, which I'm not racist at all. You're my brother, man. I love you just as much as I love
you as well, man. You as well. So, absolutely. You're an American.
Amen.
Exactly.
Almost every single major city in this country is seeing a massive spike in homicides, in shootings. New York, 72% increase in shooting, 30% increase in homicides. Chicago has a 55% increase in homicides, over 460 homicides this year. Black Lives Matter is silent about that, and it's disproportionately affecting black lives. Do you not see why I have a problem with them?
Yeah, I can see what you're trying to say, but I see the main focus of Black Lives Matter as it's not an issue of, like I said already, it's not an issue with black on black crime. Like you don't see like All Lives Matter fighting for white.
But that's the biggest issue in the black community.
When Nipsey Hussle died, they didn't march. When these kids that are killed in the hands of other black people,
Sequoia Turner on the left right there, and Zamar Jones down on the bottom.
I hate to say it like this, but these people, man, they don't care nothing about us.
I got to rewind it. Such a good, solid point.
You don't see like All Lives Matter fighting for
But
white
that's the
on
biggest issue in the black community.
When Nipsey Hussle died, they didn't march. When these kids that are killed in the hands of other black people,
Sequoia Turner, Sequoia Turner
didn't
on the
march,
left
so-
right there, and Zamar Jones down at the bottom.
I hate to say it like this, but these people, man, they don't care nothing about us.
You mentioned their main purpose is focusing on police shootings. Okay, if you were to get rid of all police shootings killing unarmed black Americans,
That's an if.
you would.
And that's
You would.
superficial.
I'm.
and
Let me
it's
finish. I let you
hypothetical.
finish. I let you finish. Please let me finish. Okay. You would reduce the black homicide rate by less than 1/3 of 1%. Although it's an issue, it's the size of an ant compared to black on black murder in the inner city communities.
But every murder counts. Why would you try to belittle an organization
I don't.
that tries to put a
I
stop
don't.
to it by police, whose their job to stop murder and not promote it?
I have a problem with it being their only focus.
You
In
have
fact,
a problem because you're not black and don't understand racism in this country. No one black would take your stance. Only a white person would take your stance.
he agrees with me right over there, and he's
That's
black.
him, and he's an individual. That doesn't count for the whole.
You literally just said no one.
Ignorant people. No, what the hell? I don't want that crap. See how they do that? You go to click. Sorry, everybody. Shit. Gotta be kidding me. Put that right there where I hit the skip part, or not the skip part.
Black would take your stance. Only a white person.
On police shootings. Okay, if you were to get rid of all police shootings killing unarmed black Americans,
That's an if.
You would.
And that's
You would.
superficial.
I'm.
and
Let me.
it's
Finish. I let you
hypothetical.
finish. I let you finish. Please let me finish. Okay. You would reduce the black homicide rate by less than 1/3 of 1%. Although it's an issue, it's the size of an ant compared to black on black murder in the inner city communities.
But every murder counts. Why would you try to belittle an organization
I don't.
that tries to put a
I
stop
don't.
to it by police, whose their job to stop murder and not promote it?
I have a problem with it being their only focus.
You
In
have
fact,
a problem because you're not black and don't understand racism in this country. No one black would take your stance. Only a white person would take your stance.
he agrees with me right over there, and he's
That's
black.
him, and he's an individual. That doesn't count for the whole.
You literally just said no one.
Black Lives Matter was founded because of police brutality.
Then change the name. I mean, perhaps it's just a misleading name, and perhaps it should be renamed a very, very, very small amount of Black Lives Matter, which isn't as catchy, but it would probably be more accurate.
Irrelevant
I'm not saying
comparison.
don't focus
You're trying
on
to cloud
black.
the issue.
No,
You're
I'm not.
trying to
I'm
cloud
not
the
saying don't
issue.
focus on it. I'm saying if they actually focused on black communities and the major issues facing black communities, they would save more lives.
They who?
BLM.
They don't care about black lives. If they did, they'd be in the inner cities. They'd be supporting with their money and their time, painting houses, doing yard work, tutoring the underprivileged. They'd be doing those things.
Because people can't grasp the idea that Black Lives Matter is just for police brutality, so it needs to be specified down for them to understand that, because they don't have the brain capacity to understand that.
I understand you're attempting to indirectly insult me, but when it comes to you're mentioning that it's about police brutality. Great. What does redistribution of wealth have to do with police brutality? Can you explain that to me?
Redistribution of health? I mean,
Of wealth. Can you explain that to me? Police brutality. Can you explain to me what free college has to do with police brutality?
well, free college could help the Black community and other POCs. Sorry.
Free college could help a lot of people, but we can't afford it. They leverage the
You're trying to
police
cloud
murders
the
because they have a
issue with
far
other-
left political
you're trying
agenda
to cloud that issue with other situations, and that is
that are far greater issues.
That's a crime. No, to you because you're white.
No,
they're not greater
for the-
issues
for-
to blacks.
Yes, they are.
You can't say they are because you're not black.
How many unarmed Black Americans were killed by police last year? Go.
enough for Black Lives Matter? I
how
don't
many?
have the answer to that question, and nor do I need one to have an opinion.
There were 14, half of which were assaulting police officers. Now, I'm not excusing all of these, but what I am saying, let me finish. No, that is not a lie.
That's a lie according to the news broadcast.
Washington Post, you can go look at the statistics right now.
The news broadcast.
You know, their leaders go up on the news saying we're going to be burning the system to the ground if we don't get what we want. If we don't get defunding the police, if we don't get free college, if we don't get free healthcare, if we don't get all this stuff, communities.
I'm sorry, I got to go back and listen to him. It just shows you how people are so brainwashed by mainstream media. And he clearly states that is a lie, the numbers, basically because the news says so. Fake news.
Were killed by police last year. Go.
Enough for Black Lives Matter. I
how
don't
many?
have the answer to that question, and nor do I need one to have an opinion.
There were 14, half of which were assaulting police officers. Now, I'm not excusing all of these, but what I am saying, let me finish. No, that is not a lie.
That's a lie according to the news broadcast.
Washington Post, you can go.
There you go, people. That's why people are so brainwashed, because they don't do their own research and they depend on CNN, MSNBC, all this BS, race baiting news channels and different magazines, articles, newspapers. There's right there. There's your answer. That's why people are so brainwashed, because they believe in mainstream media and they don't do their own research. AB's probably left because I keep pausing it, but I can't help it, man. It's like Tourette's.
Look at the statistics right now.
The news broadcast.
You know, their leaders go up on the news saying we're going to be burning the system to the ground if we don't get what we want. If we don't get defunding the police, if we don't get free college, if we don't get free healthcare, if we don't get all this stuff, communities absolutely destroyed. Those are black business owners. Those are black employees. 17 Americans killed in these protests and riots, the majority of them being black. You say Black Lives Matter, how? They don't talk about it. They don't talk about any of this stuff.
Of course, Black Lives Matter. I agree, all lives matter. But yes, of course, in that, Black lives do matter. But what they're doing and what they're preaching and what they're all about is absolutely corrupt, and it's terrible. And it's all political based. It's all Democrat versus Republican, and it's just a way to push the Democrats into office.
There were more than 14, for one.
That's
and
incorrect.
2, they weren't all assaults on police officer. And 3, if they were assaults,
No, I didn't say all. I said half.
Half of them were not assaults on police officer. Your information
that's correct.
is not
I've gone
only
through.
incorrect, but you're misusing the information. And even if you were not, that doesn't make Black Lives Matter irrelevant.
I never said that Black Lives Matter is irrelevant. I never said that once.
All the murders count.
You're putting words in my mouth to literally make your argument sound better. There's David Dorn, a black ex-police chief that was killed by protesters. There's Patrick Underwood, a federal officer that was killed in a riot. Black American. These are patriots. These are heroes. And Black Lives Matter's silence on these matters is deafening. Crickets are louder than the Black Lives Matter movement on all this going on. Do you understand why I'm out here talking about this?
Yeah, I can see that.
Why are you trying to cloud the issue?
Why are you trying to put words in my mouth?
I didn't. I made a statement and it's correct.
These people do not give a about us. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, it's lit right now. This is lit. These people don't care. And I'm tired of seeing this in the news. These do not care about us. They turn up black-owned businesses, but they for black. How you gonna yell out Black Lives Matter? You turn up black-owned businesses. Well, that doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So these people, Black Lives Matter. I don't need a T-shirt to tell you that my life matter, and my life don't matter more important than y'all. Because when you die and go to heaven, you gonna say what you done. He ain't gonna say about Black Lives Matter because he's not with them.
Amen.
This is actually like our first outing, so I'm not trying to spend too much time on it, honestly.
Okay.
Is this your first date?
No, we're coworkers.
Yeah, right. Stop filming. He killed it. Like I said, it goes really, really deep. I'm going to say that it has to stop, man. Everybody has to be treated equally, period.
Do you agree with Black Lives Matter or no?
Yes, I do.
Do you agree?
Yes, I do.
I disagree with their approach. I don't think them advocating for rejecting the nuclear family unit is helpful to the black community. You know?
I want to say something, but I don't.
Say it.
Get in there.
I just feel like Black lives don't matter because they don't matter with themselves because they're killing one another. And also, aside of the media, it's like being perpetrated as the black community is doing this and this and this, and like the Democrats are helping the black community, but really they're not helping the black community.
Explain what that means.
That means that this is an organization that only focuses on cases that jibe with their far left political agenda of defund the police and America's this racist place.
So you feel like they should be focused on all other stuff?
On what?
Right?
I'm not saying move away from what they're focusing on. I'm saying completely ignoring it is not a good thing. They're not helping the black communities. It's over $600 billion in damages in these riots and protests. These are black communities. These are black businesses. These are places that black Americans work. Not just that, at least 17 Americans were killed in these protests and riots, including Sequoia Turner, this beautiful black girl right here. Have you guys heard her name?
So it's the media that puts out what they want to be put out. It's not necessarily Black Lives Matter or white lives that matter. No, all lives what matter. It's all lives that matter. And when people say that, they get offended, but it's true, because at the end of the day, all lives do matter. It doesn't matter if you die that you're black, you're white, you're whatever. That doesn't matter. It's just us as humans is what matters. And I think that the black community, when you separate yourself from that whole Black Lives Matter, now you're no longer black, or you're no longer a part of the crew, and that's not true. You're just saying, yes, you do matter, but you just matter as a person and not as a color.
So my problem here is that they focus on less than 1/3 of 1% of the black community's homicides, and completely ignore the other 99.7%. The reason why I bring this up is not to take a jab at the black community. I bring this up because if they actually focused on this mass violence going on, skyrocketing homicides, skyrocketing shootings right now, Philadelphia, 66% increase in children being shot. If they actually focused on this, national media actually focused on this, we would actually be making a massive difference in this country.
It's hard to
That's a biased statement.
You did mention that you support Black Lives Matter. To my very core, I believe that Black Lives Matter. To my very core also, I am strongly against the Black Lives Matter movement. If Black Lives Matter is focused, let's say, on police brutality, some people say, okay, well, if that's all you're focusing on, then rename your organization. The problem with this, though, is they advocate for wealth redistribution, free healthcare, free college. They advocate for socialism. They advocate against a nuclear family unit. Barack Obama said this himself, quote, children that grow up in a home without a father are 5 times more likely to end up in poverty and commit crime, 9 times more likely to drop out of school, and 20 times more likely to end up in prison. And he's right about that. And to glorify a movement against the nuclear family unit, the nuclear family structure, I completely reject that. I absolutely do, especially with the damage it'll do to the black community.
If you don't agree with what they're focusing on, what do you believe they should focus on? What do you like? Give me an example of something you believe that
policemen killing unarmed black men. That is an ant compared to the elephant in the room. That is black on black crime.
That's where I knew he was going with this. So what about white on? So do you know that the rate in white on white crime is in comparison higher because you guys are more, there's more white people in this country than there are black people. So if you compare the percentage of the rates compared to basically how much you guys kill each other, how much yours is higher.
No, that's incorrect.
That's
in 2018 it was 7,407, over 1,000.
Yeah, everybody. That's just William. You see new trolls coming in. Just go ahead and don't even time them out. Just block them, get rid of them. It's William. He probably spent all weekend making a whole bunch of new trolls. So just instead of timing them out, just boot them.
More homicides in the white community. Again, you guys, the color of someone's skin has nothing to do with them being violent or not violent. That has nothing to do with that.
You're welcome.
But the reason why I focus on this is because these communities are the communities that need to be shed light on, and we're not.
Even before Barack Obama, it was always a targeting fact going more towards the black. It's not that for ages and centuries, decades.
And I don't ignore America's racist history at all. That's completely ignorant to do so. If I were to point at policies that are racist to this day, though, I would point at Democrat policies, in my opinion. I'm sorry, you guys. I would point at not giving children in inner city communities and their families school vouchers so their parent can pick the best school for them. I would say, why are you locking them in their zip code when there might be a gang in the neighborhood? All this stuff going on.
There's a sort of unity that they're raising. And you say you support the fact that Black lives do matter. You're affecting that unity. You're not helping it. You're not raising the unity. Everything you're saying,
what
everything.
a part of this anti-police movement is raising unity. And I don't mind them focusing on the things that they focus on. Right. The problem is they ignore everything else. And they support policies that hurt the Black community.
Right.
If you go to a Black Lives Matter rally, they're only focusing on individuals that are killed by a white police officer. They're not focusing on children or adults or David Dorn or Patrick Underwood that was killed in these protests, police officers that served their community. They're not talking about any of this stuff. I'm not telling them to focus on something else. I'm literally pointing out the flaw and them only focusing on a small amount of cases that jive with their political agenda. How many unarmed Black men were killed by police last year? Can you tell me?
They're not focusing on whatever jives. They're not only focusing on what jives with their agenda.
Of course they are. Or else they wouldn't be ignoring 99.7% of Black homicides in this country. All right, guys, that is a wrap. Surprisingly, the majority of people agreed with us today, which is kind of a first here in Huntington Beach. If you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe, or if you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, please follow me. And then also, don't forget about the promo code over at Surfshark VPN. Visit surfshark.deal/James Klug. Enter promo code James Klug for 84% off, one additional month for free. And we'll catch you guys next time.
All right. I hope you all were able to hear that. This reason why I haven't got a new camera is because I'm going to wait till I get a new computer. But want to give once again another huge shout out to Baba Yaga for sharing that link. And it's true. BLM, like we've talked about on here many times. I sent you an email that will explain. Change the First Amendment. All right, brother. Is it a link or check my email real quick? I don't get Gmail alerts. But excellent video explaining what Black Lives Matter does and doesn't do for the community, the African American community, if that's the way you want to put it. Biden has appointed anti-free speech, a propaganda strategically to work under him. Strategist. Oh, geez, I can't read. Biden has appointed anti-free speech propaganda strategist to work under his name as Richard. Can't say that last name. He worked with the Obama administration's friends with Hillary. He believes our First Amendment needs some change made to it. There's a link to we click on this real quick and then it'll show up in my history.
There's another word for master narratives. It's called history. Basically, every country.
All right, so that'll be in my history right now. Let me go ahead and reshare screen. Oh, sorry, Bob. I got to get your banner down when I share the screen. I'm going to share another. It's about a 2.5 minute video. I think there was another one as well. Just bear with me. Everybody that's new or coming in, I can't see your chat on this platform here, so I have to look at my phone. And so if you say, hey, locked and loaded, and I don't reply, it's not that I'm ignoring you. I just don't see it. I do go back afterwards when the video is uploaded, and I do watch everybody's hold on, everybody's comments. Sorry, mine went dumb on me there for a sec. Let's see if this will show up in my history. Okay, this is what Baba Yaga just sent me.
Country. You'll be the last question, but I just want to weigh in on that for 1 second. So there's another word for master narratives. It's called history. Basically, every country creates.
Oh my God, I gotta pause this for a second. I'm sorry. You got over here. This is the poster child for the soy boy. You know, minus the beard. I don't know if that's a stick on, but holy libetard panel here. I'm sorry. They got screwed when it comes to the gene pool, their genetics. That's mean. I shouldn't be saying that. Sorry, Lord. Please forgive me.
It's their own narrative story. And you know, my old job at the State Department was what people used to joke as the chief propagandist job. We haven't talked about propaganda. Propaganda, I'm not against propaganda. Every country does it, and they have to do it to their own population. And I don't necessarily think it's that awful. And this idea of a news cartel. I mean, I was editor of Time in 2012 during that election, and I remember, you know, you're competing against cartels and everybody. I remember being on a panel with the then editor of the New York Times, who said it's really hard to break through these days. This is the editor of the New York Times saying it's hard to break through. I wanted to jump off the platform. Like, what's it like for the rest of everybody? So, I mean, there's no, I mean, there are cartels, but cartels don't have hegemony like they used to. The gentleman right there, last question.
I don't think you want to address the issue in terms of understanding what happened in the world. Because what is happening in America is what the United States flipped on the global south and in the third world, which we live with for many, many years in terms of a master narrative that was and still is propaganda.
You know what? I hate last questions. Don't you? I usually just want to end something before the last question.
Yeah, because you want to tell the truth.
I want to thank this fantastic panel here today. And I do want to say, I actually think, I mean, the talk about optimism, I mean, the optimism is all of you there figuring out how to teach your students about this and using some of the techniques and some of the sources that we've talked about here today. And I hope you're successful. Thank you very much.
Oh, he totally dodged the question. Holy cow. Disgraceful Richard. That's probably an easy last name to read. Justifies domestic propaganda in the most dismissive way possible. Telling you what, domestic propaganda, all this propaganda they're putting out is what's caused these people, you know, in the last 10 years to be where they're at now. I still can't get over these two. I'm sorry, I'm going off script here, but holy freaking crap. No wonder you're angry when you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror and you're like, son of a bitch. Wow. I pray for these people's faces. But anyways, I think she's got more testosterone than he does, and he's got more estrogen than she does. Just angers me when I hear this filth come out of these people's mouth. And for him to cut that question off was a smack in his face, because he was talking about in these third world countries and other countries, this propaganda that brainwashes people and this violent propaganda to create divide and hatred. And he didn't want to answer it. I got to screenshot this. When I'm having a bad day, screenshot it and check out these two. Then I won't feel so bad about myself. Good Lord. Sorry, everybody. It just threw me left field there. That's what's going on, and he is behind it with Biden. I believe it. Thank you for sharing that. I'll share the other one on the next one. I'm going to give everybody a heads up. I did receive a message on from Kennedy on the 45th News Brigade that they're willing to do a interview. So we're going to try to get in contact with each other and schedule that for the video I shared. And I thank you all for going over there and showing your support and your love and subscribing to her channel. And the cameraman, I can't remember his name again. I just had it in my head and lost it, but the 45th Brigade News, I think I said Brigadier the other day. But anyways, yeah, so we're going to be doing a live stream, but I don't know how long it's going to be before I do another live stream. I won't be doing one today. Action Jackson, stepson, is going out. I guess the stimulus came in, and he's going to get the new PlayStation 5. Must be nice, huh? But anyways, I don't play games anyways, but I don't know how long it takes to upload all that. So he's going to be sucking the Wi-Fi drive for a couple days. So I don't think I'll be doing any live streams until it gets all hooked up. You got your free money today as well. Yeah, have you seen how many people have been shot and killed over that stimulus money? It was I saw on PT News this morning or last night and this morning. A black man told his girlfriend that he wanted the stimulus money, and she said, "No, you don't pay any bills." And she, I guess, offered him $400 and said, just go. And he ended up shooting her, shot her cousin, her brother, who was 7 years old, and someone else, shot and killed 3. She survived, and then he took the 6-month-old baby, I believe that was theirs, and dropped the baby off at a friend. He was found that day hiding in an attic, climbed up in someone's attic, but he went ahead and yeah, exactly. It's insane. Over $1,400 take that many people's lives. Boo Boo Justin, no live stream joke. Oh, I thought you meant the live stream went off. Made my heart drop there for a second. But yeah, if y'all got nothing to do, I didn't. You haven't got your money yet. David did. Yeah, they released the ones that were on hold, I guess. So when people be getting their checks, oh, it's gonna help out so much. Yeah, it's not gonna help out those people that are 6-7 months behind on their rent and are facing eviction and all that. But I don't know. I'm torn between the stimulus. Yeah, it's definitely not free money because we're going to be paying it back big time. We'll talk about that on some other live streams too. What was in that bill that was signed? They snuck in a whole bunch of really, really, really bad stuff, especially when it comes to taxes. There used to be a threshold, like if you sold on eBay, that you didn't have to pay any taxes until you made over $20,000. On Etsy as well. It's called Gigs, I think. Forgot exactly. I could play the video of the woman talking about it, but I think she says more F-bombs than she does anything else. But so if you sell anything on Etsy or if you sell anything on eBay, such as myself, anything, it used to be anything over 20,000, you had to report to IRS, and now it's anything over $600 you have to pay income tax on. That was slid into the bill, the $1.9 trillion bill. What does that have to do with COVID? I have no idea. That's just the Democrats finding different ways of raising taxes on you when Biden clearly said that he wouldn't be raising taxes. Just like George Bush Sr., read my lips, no new taxes. What did he do as soon as he got in office? Jacked up the taxes. But I'm a business owner. I don't get a check. Well, you must make some good money there, Baba Yaga. Why don't you send me some money so I can buy a new computer? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding, brother. All right, everybody. Baba, once again, thank you for that link. I hope you all got something out of it. I sure did. And when it comes to Black Lives Matter, the foundation, they do not care about Black lives. That's for sure. If they did, they sure as hell wouldn't have gave Bernie Sanders $140 million to run for office, and they wouldn't have given Biden $180 million. Think about that just between the both of them, how much they could have helped lower income cities, lower income little, poverty stricken ghettos. What you want to call them? People say, oh, ghettos racist. Well, I don't know, just frustrating, just ignorant. Black Lives Matter is not for Black lives. Look how many people are shot daily in Chicago. How many kids are killed weekly in Chicago? It's black on black crime. Doesn't fit their agenda. Doesn't fit their narrative. They don't give two shits. All right. Once again, thanks. Yeah, Baba, you're welcome. Awesome. Much love to everybody. Fear no man, never fear death. Get right with God. Fight the good fight. And always click. I got to get my gun over here. Well, I don't have any guns. Never mind. And that's me racking a gun, using my mouth. I don't have any guns. What's the saying? I lost them in a boating accident. So everybody, much love. God bless. We'll see you on the next one.